Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sam the SLB, and alongside me today is the man behind the Twitter Wrestling's Voice of Reason, Scott, as well as the third man, the man in black, and my co-host from ATR Rising Sun, Ethan. We accompany you from above the ring, the wrestling podcast covering all things AEW, WWE worldwide, coming to you Wednesday morning, Turner time. You know, you thought you'd get rid of us with full gear. You cannot. Ha, ha, ha. No, Survivor Series is this weekend. It's the Thanksgiving tradition that we all know and love. It's been going on longer than I've been alive. You know, greatest moment of wrestling has ever happened, at SummerSlam. Obviously, the gobbledygooker, always going to bring that up. Most important moment in professional wrestling history. But here we go, guys. It looks like War Games might be here to stay for Survivor Series.
I'm very excited about this. I was lucky enough to go last year to the one in Boston where the main roster had their first War Games, and that was a fun, very, very fun experience. This one obviously being in Chicago, obviously another big wrestling town. The crowd's going to be crazy, and of course, you can't go to Chicago without having rumors swirling.
CM Punk. CM Punk. I hope not. I really hope they don't show up in all seriousness.
I've seen so many scenarios of how he might show up, and we'll talk about the men's War Games match, and maybe I'll pop in one of those scenarios that I read. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Obviously, I'm going to be not here. I'm going to be with my folks, so I'm actually not going to watch War Games until Sunday. But that's okay.
Well, let's, you know what? While we're having this conversation and while we're talking about points for the Ship It Studios Championship, I think we're all going to be in agreement. But let's start out there. Extra point. Does CM Punk show up? Yes or no?
Ooh.
Why not?
I like that.
Shit.
I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no off the bat. But you know what? Again, there's so much. If there's anything he does well, whether you agree with, his history and his, thing or not, it's been between, his AEW debut. Even myself, I was very doubtful.
Right.
Like, there's no way. So, right off the bat, I'm going to say no, though, because there's not enough kind of I'm not seeing enough to make me go, yeah, there's a big chance. Especially since it sounds like he's been turned down. It sounds like that's my work keyboard. I don't know. I'm just going to say he's not. He's not. Okay. He still has a lot of bad blood. End of story.
But if you look at it from the other side, if you play devil's advocate, WWE is it's classic for him to, not for him, but he's been teasing it, but the company to say no, there's nothing going on here. Now he's we've still we're cordial with him, we're talking, but there's nothing to do with coming back. Could all be a ruse. You never know. Do I think it's going to happen? I'm literally split 50-50 because it's Chicago, and I feel like if he doesn't show up, there might be problems. But the crowd can be, Chicago crowd. But I'm gonna say no. I don't think so yet. You never know. But
Ethan?
No.
All right. There we go.
Well, I mean, because he's trashed WWE multiple times, and he supported Sasha and Naomi Walker, so I don't think he's showing up.
Also, I know this whole ruse thing, and I know we are in the middle of the change of powers, but if any company is great at getting everyone's hopes up for nothing, it is the
That is very true.
I remember the last time, or it had to be 5 years ago or something, I was watching an episode, I don't know if it was SmackDown or a pay-per-view, and they were chanting CM Punk, and Stephanie just said, yeah, you can chant that name all you want. He's not coming back here.
Yep.
I forgot about that till you said that.
We'll
and it came out the Punk's music too, which was amazing. The crowd exploded, and you just see Heyman walking himself out there.
So, anyways, that's neither here nor there.
This might be the easiest extra point ever.
Possibly.
I don't know. We could be wrong. That's the thing. I wanted to put this up there for everybody. We could be absolutely wrong on this one. He could show up, who knows?
I
The
did.
wrestling world is different from when he had left.
That's true. And we'll
I,
find it from Zach later.
I did. I actually, speaking of, I actually did text the champion while he's still on vacation to see if he will say yay or nay. So if I hear back from him while we're recording, we'll make sure to put that in.
Awesome. We're gonna hop right into it. All right. I'm gonna go through our most reliable source here in the wrestling world, which is Wikipedia. Going through the 5 matches.
Sponsor us, Wiki.
Yeah, right.
Top to bottom here. First match we have Gunther taking on The Miz for the IC title. I'm going to hop in here and I'm going to just kick us off. Gunther's retaining. All right. We've talked about the long run, like the Gunther run. I have I was looking at numbers today, and if I'm not mistaken, by the time WrestleMania happens, if he still has his title, he will be pushing 600 days, if not 600. So, and I'm not saying the Miz don't need it, but I think Scott and we've had this conversation. You need somebody who can come in. Not that the Miz isn't the person. The Miz could do it. This could be it.
He is a former 8-time Intercontinental Champion, so I mean he's done it before. But I'm on the same boat as you. There's no, sorry, Miz, it's not going to happen. Gunther's going to run this all the way to Mania. I feel like if they do this the correct way, you have Gunther lose the IC title on night 1, and then Roman loses his heavyweight championship on night 2. You have 2 fresh. It literally will be a fresh slate on the Raw after Mania.
That was so beautiful.
Are you on the same boat, Ethan?
Oh God, yeah, I'm going with Gunther, but I'm gonna up Scott one here. I think he loses it to Gable at the opening of the Rumble, and Gunther wins the Rumble.
Ooh.
Spoiler, that's one of my picks for the Rumble.
Honestly, though, that I would not be upset with, because I love Chad Gable and that man deserves to have a singles title run. So no, okay. I will. Yes, I think that's. Actually, I like that better. Like that better. That's a good one, Ethan. Yeah.
By the way, Gunther's at 528, Sam.
Oh, he's at okay. So he's way passing 600. He wins this. We'll be at okay.
Yeah.
So he could be pushing like 650 by that point.
Yeah, if he's holding on to it by then. But if he loses at Mania, he's got it for another. Not Mania, at the Rumble, he's got it for another 2 months. So he'll be close to 600 at that point.
Well, I just this job be 529, but as we're recording, 528.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Who does Zach say for this match?
He said Gunther.
He is on the right side of history.
Do you think, before we move on, sorry, Sam, do you think anyone will beat Jericho's record of 9?
Technically 10.
Okay, technically 10. And do you think someone will beat Jericho's title reigns? I meant to say.
Miz is the closest one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's at 8.
Who's next after that that's still active?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
I mean, I know, like, obviously you have people like Wade Barrett, who I think had it 5 times. Trying to think who else is. I think Kofi's still active, but I think he only had it a handful of times.
So Jeff Jarrett, he had 6. Well, he's not there anymore.
Right,
Kofi had 4.
Kofi did have 4. Okay, yeah.
RVD had 6. Triple H. I can't really count. Oh shit. Hold on. I'm trying to find active. Yeah, Miz is at 8, so he's like there.
Yeah. So he'll tie the WWE record. Because Jericho got that 1 IC title over in New Japan.
Yeah, WWE wise, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
he's at 9, but for counting,
so nobody's close at all.
You might be looking at like another generation.
Yeah,
potentially.
Yeah.
Jericho might have that 10 for a while, unless you start running through kind of like they've done, with
the hot potato title. Yeah,
hot potato, or kind of like Charlotte or John Cena, where they've had these short runs.
Right.
You know, technically counts, but you've only had the belt for like 2 months.
By the way, Gunther is number 4 for overall intercon. He has to get past Don Morocco. He's pretty close to there.
Yep.
And actually, speaking of the Miz, he has the second longest combined days at. So they said 597, but recognized by WWE 592. And then Pedro Morales is at 617 or 619.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that we will be seeing Gunther getting that, longest title reigns or accumulated title reigns.
Yeah.
For the IC title.
I figured this one would be a clean sweep for all 4 of us, honestly.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a few matches here that is going to be a clean sweep for everybody.
All right. Well, we're going to hop over to the Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley defending against Zoe Stark.
Ripley, next.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, this is not a bash on Zoe Stark. Zoe, I know Sam's been pumping her up since she showed up at NXT. This woman is the next Daniel Bryan, however the hell you want to say it. She's going to be a huge workhorse. And this, I feel, will definitely give her a huge showing. Like, this could be a career-defining match. Yeah. It'll be so close. Like, she'll give Rhea like a hell of a time. This could be like a career-defining match for her, but Rhea's too hot right now.
I do like Zoe as well, and but like Scott's, like Rhea's too hot right now, and I think she hangs on to Mania, and I think like maybe Becky or somebody, that's where she loses it.
Probably
Charlotte.
Oh God, please shut up, Sam. No.
No,
she already lost to Charlotte at Mania before at COVID Mania.
So I was gonna say Zoe. But again, I haven't really watched the product, but I still see Rhea, good old mommy all over the place. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if WrestleMania 40 is where we see a clean, like you, but we're saying, Scott, a clean sweep with these titles.
Yep.
Like almost every title changes. It doesn't happen often.
Right.
But I feel like with what we've built up to at this point, or hell, maybe she has it till SummerSlam next year. Who knows? Anything can happen.
Is Zach with us too, by the way?
Yes.
He is.
He is also on the mommy train.
I figure us 4 would agree on that. I figured these 2 are going to be the ones we all clean sweep, honestly.
Yeah,
all right. Well, let us hop down. Carlito, or Carlito, Caribbean, cool. Taking on Santos Escobar in a singles match.
Triple C.
Yeah, this is exciting seeing Carlito back.
It is, and this I'm gonna go last on this one because I have thoughts. So, Zach did pick Carlito to win this. So I don't know, Sam or Ethan. I don't know which one of you want to jump on first.
I will. I'm gonna go with Escobar, but I don't think he wins clean. I think he cheats somehow.
Have they wrestled before?
Nope, first time. And also, Escobar just turned heel, so I think they want to keep pushing it back. Legado.
Because my logic would state it's his return match back. We could see Carlito getting the W and kind of,
Carlito's actually wrestled, Sam. He wrestled last year and he lost, so.
Where'd he wrestle?
SmackDown.
No, I meant pay-per-view.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Outside of Backlash, yeah, he hasn't.
And Fastlane.
In Fastlane, yeah.
Okay, so with his current contract, then.
Yeah, he's wrestled since he's been back.
Okay. So going off of Ethan's logic, and I would like to see Carlito win. If you want to have a good heel, and I've always liked Santos Escobar. Good face, better heel.
Way better heel.
Yes. Or C.
C.
So
you're saying Escobar?
Doing my work laptop again, man.
I think this is gonna be another Rising Sun for his ATR moment.
All right. I'm gonna go with Santos as well.
Oh, thank God.
Santos Escobar.
Great Paulo, by the way, on SmackDown.
Huh?
Great promo on SmackDown, by the way. Sorry,
Yes,
Scott.
very much so. I also I'm picking Santos also.
Yeah.
My thing is that with what happened on SmackDown, Santos comes out to the ring and he's talking about how the old trope of never meet your heroes, et cetera, et cetera. You have Selena Vega come out and she slaps him across the face, and the whole I'm mad at you and I'm mad at myself because I never trusted you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then the funny thing, because you end up having Joaquin and they keep changing his damn name.
First at Tara.
Thank you. They come out, and that's the original Legado del Fantasma. So I'm just like, are they gonna rejoin? Like, what's going on? But it kind of seemed like it's not gonna happen. I feel like they're going to get involved in this match and they're going to rejoin Santos, reform Legado del Fantasma. They need to go then get what's her name from NXT, bring her back because Zelina
Lopez.
Yes, Zelina did not need to ever be there. I love Zelina Vega. I think she's doing great, but she didn't fit at all. You bring back Lopez, that is a heel faction, and it's going to be great. You can even bring up Lola Vice with her too, that her tag team partner down in NXT. She just won the breakout tournament down there. So.
Sorry. I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't think it'd be Del Toro. Well, I think it'd be Garza and Carrillo.
That's also another thing that I've heard too. Yeah, you could have them show up and join. So you could end up with an LWO versus a Legado del Fantasma down the road.
I'm glad they brought the theme song back, by the way.
Me too. Oh my god, when I heard it, I was like, yes, thank God. Because they've been trashing. Like they got rid of the Street Profits theme song. Obviously, it didn't fit them as heels, so their new heel theme song fits, but it's not the same like at all. So I'm hoping they hold on to that whenever they do turn face again to get that back. But no, there's certain theme songs that never need to die, and Legatos is definitely one of them. So
Legado. Sorry.
So I'm glad that that's back. But yeah,
I love that promo where man, he went right savage on Ray. I hope your like isn't fat. I'm like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, it was rough.
Even my Cole's like, what are you doing, you bastard?
But yeah.
Oh, this is great. But so yeah,
it's funny. Like you look at this match and you kind of look at it as a throwaway, but there's some deep-seated storytelling behind it, which is nice. Because it actually goes back to what I was talking about with our last pay-per-view with Crown Jewel. I even said Santos, I swear to God, he left those brass knucks there for a reason. Carlito calls it out on the next SmackDown. I'm like, there it is. Perfect. So it all leads in. They're doing a good job with this.
I did like that when Carlito called them out on it.
Yeah.
And Escobar's like, well, fuck this, and then left. And then,
he just bails. I'm like,
well, I remember when he turned heel, I was like, excuse me. I was like, that was super quick. But I guess the reason why they did it so super fast was because Ray had to get surgery on
his knee. Yeah.
Again.
Yep. So it was an easy way for Santos to take him out so he can be gone. I think he's gonna be gone for a couple of months. That's probably also the reason why he lost the title to Logan Paul.
I can see him and Dragon Lee going against each other in the future. Escobar, I meant.
True. I can see Dragon Lee joining LWO at some point too.
Well, on SmackDown before we move on to that, he was telling Nick all this that he wanted like his hands with Escobar, and
I did see that. Yes,
I was like, well, we'll get back to you're gonna face Axiom. It's like, okay, that was random, but I mean, it's a fucking great match. I'm not. I love
how all this also just busted out some Spanish out of nowhere. I'm like, all right, I see you, sir.
I see you.
Yeah, Nick Aldis has been a beautiful addition to SmackDown as the GM. It's both him and Adam Pearce. They've just been.
I need a drink.
I know they're doing so well in their roles, and yeah, I'm really excited about it.
All right. Well, we're already almost done going through this card. It's nice to have a shorter episode when we do these pre-shows.
Right?
All right. So now, women's. We'll do the women's war game because I have a feeling you guys have probably
war game. Sorry.
more opinions about the men's than this one. So the women's, we got Team Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch taking on Damage Control, Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane.
Yep. Damage Control has almost doubled their numbers in the past like 2 weeks. It's been great. You have Io and now recently Asuka joining. Obviously, this is for a reason. And that reason is going to be the removal of Bailey. I know it. So I'm going to pick Team Bianca. Bailey's going to eat the pin. And then that's when all the trouble's going to start. And then Bailey's going to get kicked out. So it'll be down to 4 with Dakota, with the rest of the girls. I think it's time for Bailey to go back face. She's been a great heel, but I think it's time for her to make the switch.
He took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say that. Word for word. And I am gonna agree with Scott. I'm gonna agree with Scott with that one. I can see if Damage Girl is winning, I see Shotzi getting pinned.
Right. Yeah.
But I like Shotzi, but am I the only one who thinks she's like almost sort of out of place with this whole War Games match?
They kind of threw her into the mix. I mean, she kind of had that little thing with Bailey when they shaved her head. Obviously, she did it on purpose because her sister got diagnosed with cancer.
Storyline lies.
Yeah, the storyline lies. It makes sense that she's in this match. But if you look at like, and I don't want to say this in a mean way, but if you look at like the caliber of talent, how much they've been on television, how well they've been doing, obviously outside of Kairi Sane because she just came back, but everybody's always on television every single week, and Shotzi's been like used very sparingly. Only recently she's been getting on television a little more often, which I like that they're doing because these women deserve their shots. The same thing with like Xia Li, like she's been getting on television a lot. She's been literally knocking people out. So it's like trying to make her a legitimate badass, and she's going for the NXT Women's title. It's like I like what they've been doing recently. Like they're not cycling people out; they're giving more people chances, which is how I thought they always should have done it. But I feel like if Shotzi has a great showing in this, I hope that this will just continue and she can start going on. For God's sakes, though, WWE needs a secondary women's title.
They do.
They truly do. I love what AEW does with the women's title and the TBS title. It works so well. I feel like they need to do it. They tried it with the women's tag team titles. And
get rid of them.
Well, I don't know about getting rid of them, but maybe put them back in NXT. You know, let them have fun down there. They had a real great women's tag division at one time. They can do it again. But yeah, I think they desperately need a secondary women's title at this point.
Before Sam, you give your pick. Kind of bounce off what Scott was saying. If I honestly Bailey needs to leave. I like Bailey, but her heel gimmick is honestly getting kind of stale, to be honest. And I can see Bianca going heel, not right now, but like in the future. If you're bringing somebody, Triple H loves bringing people back. I said a name a few weeks ago, Scott. Do you remember who I said?
Oh God,
a certain final boss.
Oh my God, that's right. Miko
Satomura. Let's bring her fucking back and let her fucking.
But do you get rid of Dakota then and just have an all Asian faction?
No, you keep Dakota. I think Miko will be like, you're fine. Actually, you know what? I feel like if Dakota gets kicked out, which I kind of hope, I feel like she's gonna be kind of fucked. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I see what you mean. She kind of get lost to the wayside. Yeah,
keep her. I honestly, it works, but yeah, Bailey's got to leave. I feel like you said, Bailey's taking the pin, but I would not be surprised Damage Control wins, but Shotzi gets pinned.
Right.
But I mean, Charlotte and Becky, let's just be honest, they rarely ever lose. They ain't gonna work for me, sister. But I'm going with team. I'm going to agree with you, Scott. I like basically me and you had the same thoughts. So, and that's sake of more. Please, Trips, please book that.
My God, that'd be amazing.
Your turn, Sam.
So, this is probably I can't say that. The only thing I seem to know a lot about is the men's War Game match, and I could go and be like, nah, Damage Control is going to win. But if you think this is going to be a reformation. Because I like the idea of Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane, 3 juggernauts from over in Japan.
Yep.
Kick Bailey out because of something she does. Yeah, you know what? As much as, I feel like Charlotte doesn't need it. Bianca, yeah, she's still kind of, she's still more fresh than some of the others. So you could use some dubs. Becky don't need the dubs, but, I'm going to go with your logic, boys. I'm gonna just hop on Team Bianca. Now,
Who does
I'm gonna
that?
ask something. Has it been decided who gets first dibs? Like,
Or
who's
Oh,
gonna...
the advantage. No, they're doing a vote.
yeah, for the women, they're doing a goddamn vote for some stupid reason. I don't understand.
Oh
why.
yeah, it's got mad.
What about the
last time.
men's? What about the men's?
They had an advantage match. We'll talk about during the men's.
Yep.
All right.
We know who has the advantage for the men's side.
Who did Champ go with?
Hmm.
Who did Champ go with for the women's?
Also Bianca. So
Okay.
I feel like I said before we started recording, I feel like there's not going to be a lot of division here.
All
We
right.
have one match tied so far. Literally one tiebreaker and possibly a break extra point.
Yep.
So let's do this. Do we want to add an extra point for when do we find out the vote on the women's match?
Probably after SmackDown.
All right. Let's do this. You have to let the champ know.
Oh, speaking of the devil.
Zach's the devil.
He says yes for CM Punk.
Oh, ballsy.
Deeper.
So this could be a 4-way tie. Depending on what this extra point's going to be.
Well, no, because he chose Carlito.
Right, but if CM Punk shows up, he's tied right back with us.
Well, let's do another one. How about that? Since we're so tied up on this one, women's advantage. Which team gets it?
Oh, I said this. I was talking to Scott Pride about this.
I feel like this one might be too easy because it's a crowd. It's like it's an online vote, and they're always going to vote for the faces.
Or maybe I don't know. Maybe everyone's like, "Oh, let's see it," because I'd be the guy who'd want to see the heels go to kind of to get the faces over. Why not?
Why not?
What's an extra point, guys?
That's true. No, that's true.
At this point, we're a team. We're all going to win this together. We're going to take the champ down. This is our war games.
Fair enough.
Well, since we're throwing...
go ahead.
Well, since we're throwing extra points out, fuck it. Who gets pinned each of the war games matches?
Who gets... Okay.
Well, I mean, there's only 5 matches, and I'm honestly, like Scott said, this could be risky of a 4-way tie. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. We'll go over that one once we get this. Once we get the...
No problem.
So, women's advantage.
Women's advantage, I'm going to say that Team Bianca is going to get the women's advantage.
I'm the same way, Scott.
You know, for argument's sake, I want to stay with the team, but I do like the idea of heels kind of getting that edge at the beginning. So I'm going to go with damage control.
All right.
Scott, text the champ.
I will message Zach as well while we talk about while you talk about the other ones.
All right. So let's talk about the men's. So then we can do the war game pins. How about that?
Okay, no problem.
So obviously, big one. Team Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. I'm not saying Seth freaking Rollins. Kind of dumb to have that in his official name. Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton, the returning Randy Orton, take it on Judgment Day. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonald, and Drew McIntyre.
Did you just say JD McDonald?
Did I say that wrong?
It's McDonough.
JD McDonald. Nice. It's all right. He's got a farm. It's fine.
Funko Pop head.
So I'll hop in here. You know, I think they're from what I've seen, especially with Cody's face being on the poster here, I think we're really going to start getting the idea that, you know, Cody is coming back for that title in Philadelphia. I also think you can't have Randy Orton come back and lose. You want to? I think that would piss more people off than CM Punk not showing up.
Valid point.
So, with that logic, and I could be wrong, I think the right side of history is leaning towards Cody, my friends.
Who does the champ say, Scott?
Nothing yet.
No, I meant for the men's.
Oh, for the men's? He picked Team Cody.
Team Cody. All right, I guess I'll go with Knicks. So, This one's kind of so Randy came. So when they announced Cody, when Cody announced that Randy was coming back, by the way, I like the way he was making like legacy and voices and stuff. Jay's face was like, ah, shit. I could see Judgment Day. These are not my picks. I'm just ranting for a sec. If Judgment Day does win, I could see Randy, Arcane, like basically like Arcane Jay for taking him out, and then like Judgment Day sneaks in. But I feel like that's like after the match type thing. Uh, I like Sam telling me Randy's just come, but do you really want him to lose his first match back?
Right.
Judgment Day, they're hot. Fuck. Well, I'll say who gets pinned in a sec, but I'm gonna go with the champ and Sam. I'm going with Team Rhodes. And like Sam said, Cody's on the poster. I mean, Judgment Day. And plus, please, for love of fuck, let this feud end. Please.
Right. I know.
If this does not, I mean, if Priest cashes on Rollins, then okay, like that's fine because obviously he's cashing in. Like, oh, that would I'll give a hall pass on. But if this keeps going,
that could actually happen.
Oh shit! Did I just make an extra fun?
That could happen afterwards. No, we're not gonna. No. I'm just
no.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
But I'm joining Sam and Zach. That's my actual pick, Team Cody.
Yep. I will follow suit. I have my reasons why Judgment Day won't win this match. And I'll talk about that during the pins. So I'll just jump right into it. I also want to make the stipulation that you need to get both pins to get the point.
Ooh, I'm not bothered now.
Wait, so we get one each, then it doesn't count?
Nope. You have to get both correct to get the extra point.
Scott is dumb, man.
You know what? I actually kind of like that. Actually,
I was just thinking about it on the fly. I'm like, wait a minute, this actually works. I like this. So my picks, I'm going to pick Bailey for the women's and Damian Priest for the men's.
Ooh. Damn, you want to go next or you want me to?
I will go because I have less understanding on this than you guys. I will go. You know, I'll say Balor. Right. And is any of the women, correct me if I'm wrong, do either of them have the other woman's title?
It's the women's. That's it.
Yes.
All right.
Because obviously Rhea has her own title defense, but
yep.
Now, for argument's sake, I'm just gonna say Asuka.
Okay.
Oh,
Asuka and Finn. That's
a weird combo. I kind of like it though.
I like it. I know, right? Yeah. We're just waiting on Zach. So.
All right. Well, I'll go then. Ooh. For the women's, I'm gonna agree with Scott. I'm gonna say Bailey. I kind of spoiled that when we were talking about the women's side. For the men's, that the men's is kind of tough. I'm gonna say Jay McDonough.
It's another good pick.
Would not be surprised of like Balor or them or like even Dominic because it's Dominic. But for the like, let's say like a Judgment Day does win. Like I'm not counting this as my pick. I'm just throwing stuff out. Please don't let Judgment Day win. Anyway, if Judgment Day does somehow win, I think like maybe Jay or Sammy get pinned. Like I said, if Randy decides like fuck it, I'm gonna RK you for causing my back injury. Like I could see that. That's the only way. But I'm gonna go with JD pinning because he's the young line of the new Judgment Day.
Right. I also find it's wild that Randy's first match back is War Games.
That's funny. That is kind of funny.
You can't just kind of like put you in a singles match and for a squash to get you a dub. No. We'll just throw you right back into the deep end. So the reason for my picks, and I don't think Zach will get back to us again before the show's over, but that's okay. We'll put it in afterwards. The reason why I picked Damian Priest is there's obviously been, I know Ethan's seen this, I know Zach, Sam, I know you haven't watched in a little bit, but there's been obvious tension within Judgment Day on who the leader is.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that it's Rhea because Rhea's been making a lot of these moves, but
Rhea.
Yeah. Recently, it's Priest who's been kind of like throwing his weight around. And I felt like this for a little while now. I feel like Damian Priest has outlived the Judgment Day. And I feel like it's his time to go out on his own. Doesn't necessarily have to be a face, but I feel it's time for him to go. They just added Drew McIntyre. Perfect opportunity to take Damian Priest out. Have him disappear for a while, come back maybe at the Rumble with the Money in the Bank. See what happens. But I feel like this is the time to pull the trigger to get rid of Damian Priest from the Judgment Day. And fully establish Rhea Ripley as the actual leader of the whole group. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I might have to change mine. No,
No. No changing. The votes are in.
I know. It's that. Oh fuck, that's actually. Well, I'm gonna say JD, but that's actually pretty good. I would not be surprised. I mean, because Damien wanted JDO for a while, and then on Raw, like during the night, like Priest wanted to be in the advantage. By the way, Sam, Judgment Day got the advantage. By the way, because Drew BJ, like during the whole night, like they're in the clubhouse and then the clubhouse, and Priest's like, "Where's your new guy?" And for a second, I thought he saw Dominic. I'm like, "Oh no, Dominic's right there. Never mind." And then Drew just walks in. He's like, "So I want to make clear, I don't like any of you. The only reason I'm doing this is because Rhea told me I get my hands on Jay in the cage, which technically Jay wasn't at Clash of the Castle. He was solo. So tell me that makes anyway. That's another podcast. And then they were trying to do the advantage. Priest's like, "Well, I want to do it." And Drew's like, "No, I want to." And they're like right face to face. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you two are the same height. I didn't even realize that.
Right, yeah.
And at the end of the night, they're like, "No, I don't want you out there." Well, Priest said, Pierce said that like they were out the brawl. I don't know, Scott, if you've seen this part, but basically Pierce said if anyone throws punches, basically they lose the advantage. Basically, like they did with last week with the tag title match, like no one's allowed to interfere.
Yep.
Which, by the way, thank you. Well, Drew, awesome. Well, we already know Evan Drew, but his promo on Raw was actually really good. But he came out, he's like, "Well, if you're good. I'm going to the ring and getting the advantage." But I can see Priest leaving, though. I actually like Scott's theory now. I can see that, like, at the end of the match, where the good old Triple H signature where you get the copyright logo. Like, you're thinking, oh, show's over.
No.
Bam.
Yep. Claymore, right to Priest.
Well, I mean, he gave JD what was it, like a leather thing?
Like the Judgment Day jacket, essentially.
I think, like I said, I can see Priest getting pinned. And then, like, at the end of the match, like, they're, like, getting up, like, sore. And then Bria's like, "All right, boys, time."
Yep.
Honestly, like you said, it's time for Priest to go. It's like Bailey with David. I like all four, but I think Priest it's better off by himself.
Yep. He's definitely earned that. And he has
the punishment.
He has immense trust from the higher ups now, especially after all the stuff he's done with Bad Bunny. And he's just held on to it. He's done a great job. He's amazing on the mic. And I think now is a good time for him to have a chance to legitimately go after a title by himself. He's got Money in the Bank, so it's a perfect opportunity to do it.
Triple threat at WrestleMania?
Maybe. That would be amazing. I would love to see a cash in at WrestleMania.
All right. Well, look at that, guys. So, guys, Survivor Series, we'll be doing a post show next week.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to seeing what happens here. I too will be watching at some point, so we can discuss it.
Well, I'll be watching live, so
at least one of us will be.
At least one of us will. No, but guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Happy Thanksgiving. If you don't hear from us, you enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Enjoy Survivor Series. If you don't already do so, please make sure you follow us on X at Above the Ring. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Above the Ring. Find us on all of our streaming platforms, especially YouTube, since we are pushing YouTube right now. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review. Tell people why Above the Ring is the podcast of your choosing and why they should listen to us as well. Thank you so much for listening once again, guys. Enjoy Survivor Series. Happy Thanksgiving. And don't forget to join the Bedlam.